Looking for a really good version of the Cessna 172 with a lot of bells and whistles and features and different modifications and configuration options that is free? Stick around. One app designed to do it all. Hangar Control brings everything together. Control bindings, hardware configuration, mod and profile management, application launching, add-ons, config files, and more, all managed from a single application. Mods Hangar goes beyond just mods and add-ons. It manages profiles, config files, text files, backups, snapshots, and helps keep your community folders clean and organized. Application Hangar launches your entire SIM stack with a single click. Your Stream Decks are fully controlled through the Hangar Control plugin, while all of your other Stream Deck plugins remain active and available. Built by a simmer for simmers, Hangar Control adds new features and hardware support every week based on community feedback. It's a one-time purchase with lifetime updates, no subscriptions. You can try it for free for 5 days with no restrictions at overkillsimulations.com. Just create an account, head to your account page, download the latest version, and get started. And if you're looking for in-depth Microsoft Flight Simulator aircraft tutorials, check out my Patreon site. Links to Hangar Control and Patreon are down in the description below. Okay, folks, so as I said, topic of conversation today is this guy right here. This is the Cessna 172 Mike. Okay, this is the Bugaloo is what I believe is what it's called. Now, this is initially designed on the MSFS 2020 SDK, so it's a 2020 native plane, and it was ported over to 2024. But as you guys can see, it also supports TDS, PMS, and the Falcon 71 avionics kits, and a bunch of other good stuff here. Gives you a bit of history on the aircraft here, which is always fun. It's amazing how long the 172 has been around. It's just absolutely mind-boggling when you think about how long this plane has been around. Okay, and the fact that I believe it's still being produced today, if I'm not mistaken. So, anyway, long story short, link to it will be down in the description below if you guys want to download this aircraft, but today we're going to fly it. So, first off, let's obviously get right into the externals of the aircraft. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Now, part of that is because it is using the Asobo kit. Okay, so keep that in mind. A lot of the graphics and texturing, they were already done. But you can see there's a lot of custom work that's been put into it too. Okay. So today we're playing November 56527, which that actually sounds interesting for, is that right? I'm shocked it doesn't have an alphanumeric tailcode, but I don't know if that's ever a requirement. There's a couple of, textures missing. You can walk through the arms and things like that. Obviously, you don't have the walk-around mode that you have with the 2024 native aircraft, but it looks stunning. It looks very, very good. And what I like is everything that's inside the aircraft. So let's get into it. So stepping into it, you can see a lot of age showing with this aircraft. This is not your new bird, okay? And that's probably my favorite part about it. We've got multiple different checkpoints and things that we can look at and play with in this aircraft that we're going to be talking about. So first off, online VFR map services, okay? You can activate those, and it will give you your VFR maps. It doesn't seem to show the aircraft positioning, but we do get a nice chart. Let's zoom in a bit further here. Now, I have noticed a couple of goofy issues, and I can't decide if that's weather or what. I don't know what's happening there. Let me move that up. A lot of times that stupid thing, yeah, that's what I thought, the title bar. So it does take it a second to render, and then all of a sudden it will work, and then it doesn't, and it's really weird. So this part isn't the greatest. But again, keeping in mind, A, it's free, B, it's been a while since it was updated, and C, it was built for 2020. Let me remember how the hell I put that away. Now, there does seem to be a slightly better version of it if you come over here to the iPad, if you will. And you've got a couple of extra connection points, which I really like. Sky4Sim. If you guys do not know what Sky4Sim is, look it up. I've got a bunch of videos on this on my channel if you guys want to do some research there as well. Just search for Sky4Sim, and there's a bunch of videos on it. Fantastic EFB app. Has a really cool flight planner in it. Integrates with the working title avionics, and you can both import and export either from the sim to the pad or from the pad to the sim. So it's really slick. Neopad or Neofly 3. Did I not know 3 was out? Ooh, I know what our next video is going to be on. Anyway, and a bunch of other really cool stuff here that's obviously around. Now, I don't really worry about any of that. I really don't. Get rid of it. Click up there. Boom. Gone. Get rid of the yoke here. You got some fun click spots here. Open up the box there, and if you get thirsty or hungry, I don't know that I would put a pressurized soda can in there, but especially in a non-pressurized airplane, don't go too high or that's going to scare the shit out of you. I can promise you right now. Pardon my French, but it's going to. The bad things are going to happen once you reach a certain altitude. Okay, you're going to hear a thunk as it blows through the freaking thing. And then let's get to the other items that we have here. So there are some interesting graphical issues up on the glass, and we'll have to see if those move as we taxi away or if that's just burned into it. I imagine it's embedded based on what I'm seeing and how that looks, but I can get around that too. But I really like the glass look of the gauges. It does look like glass. It looks like brand spanking new glass, but hey, you know, I mean, microfiber towels are real. You take care of your glasses and they'll work great. Popping over to our checklist here. Really, really nicely done. Simply grab what you want, move to the next section, and walk your way through your checklist. And it has everything ready to roll for you, from your run-ups to your pre-start to your shutdown. You got it. And then click at the top, down it goes. Coming down here to the notebook, click on the spiral is where you want to be, and this is where things get fun. Let me make sure I'm on the front page because I was screwing around with that earlier. So first off, I really, really, really like this. Roof windows. Pop up, and you got some roof windows. I really like that. I don't know that I've ever seen a Cessna 172 that had them, but I like it. Okay, covers, that's going to be, and all of this is happening on the outside. We'll go on the outside in a minute so you guys can see how it all looks and how it was done. You got your fairings options. You can take the fairings on or off. I love the fairings on the 172. I think it makes it look really nice. There's something about it when you take it off. It just looks too much like a shopping cart. You know what I mean? Like it looks like belongs in a grocery store. So I really enjoy the fairings. Tie downs, chocks, GPU. And then you have your save options. Set plane in cold and dark state, save all options exterior, interior, and state saving, so your buttons and switches. Moving to the right, I promise we'll go outside in a minute. You have your flip checklist box. I had to actually look up what this was, and I thought it was really cool. So what it is, it's a reminder, right? So as you go through your different pieces of the checklist, you flip the switch to where you're at, is my understanding of how these work. They don't have any actual physical connectivity to the aircraft. It's just it's a visualization tool or visual tool that you touch to acknowledge, okay, I'm here, right? So I thought it was pretty cool, but it is in the way. I don't like it up there. And then, of course, you have the checklist car that we were just looking at. I will leave that there. I like that. Compass. You can either do none on screen, which is, oh gosh, I swear that's not me doing that. That lags for whatever reason when I'm moving the mouse. You have your compass either up there, or we can go on board, which is on the dash, right? I liked it up on the window. I think that's a nice spot for it. I like this area to be nice and clean. I really do. I do the same thing in my car. Like people who want like dash cams, I could never put one here. I don't like the visibility restriction. Your flight directors, you have a couple of different options for flight directors. There's HSI, your Garmin MFD if you want. Let's rock the Garmin MFD. Let's see how it looks today. And then same thing with your artificial horizon. You can either do the standard or same thing, Garmin G5. An AOA indicator, you have that there if you want it. Nah, we ain't gonna rock that road. That's cheating. And then your radio stack options. Here's obviously all the big boys that everyone likes. The GNS 430 is probably going to be the one that I would use most commonly, but we're going to go ahead and keep it with full radios and just hope that we don't get lost, which is really likely that's going to happen because it's what I do. Build options here. So pilot seat, co-pilot. I like that you can just simply click it and do it. Various stuff. You can get rid of all the trash. Personally, I like it. It brings the cockpit to life, having your map and water bottles and stuff. Your passenger options, pretty self-explanatory, but like you can put the luggage back there, but you can't really see it from our field of view there. But then, let's see here. Is it the camping set? One of them I thought gets rid of the back seats, but I might be tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. Oh, that's what it was. There it is. Yeah. So look at that. That's kind of fun. I think we're going to leave that. Like, we're just going solo today, you know? But again, really cool stuff. And then you can unload everything. And if memory serves, it throws it all outside, right? So, and then you load it, put it all back in, boom. And then, as promised, let's step outside for a second. Did a really good job with the exterior models You know, as far as your tie downs, chocks, the GPU, your covers, looks really nice. Like I said, everything about this aircraft looks brand new, but hell, I'm okay with that. I like clean. So let's put it all back. And I think that's the last page. That is. So tons of cool options. Let's get rid of our stuff so we're ready to fly. Oh no, I want the roof windows. Take care of the covers. And I think that is it for this aircraft. So we're going to close that down and now get to the good stuff. Let's start this bad boy up. So to do that, let's get all of our stuff going. Let's make sure Hangar Control is set. It is. Services are started. Good. Touch panel is ready to roll. Let's get that up on the screen. Boom. We got our touch panel here with our radio stack and our transponder. We have our Stream Deck configured, which, by the way, guys, want to see something really cool? I finally got one. I did it. I've been wanting one for ever since I heard about it, and I finally pulled the trigger, and look what we got. Look what we got. The new XL Plus. I cannot wait to try this out. We're going to set this thing up. Look at this. Look at that. I'm so excited. That's going to be a lot of fun to set up. That's going to be a busy day setting that up. I'll probably do a video where you guys can just hang out with me and watch how I bind the entire damn thing, because that's everything right there, right? Pricey. I'm not going to lie about that. It was almost just shy of $400 getting to the door. So be ready for that. Anyways, let's do this. So, first thing is we're going to come down here. There's our batteries. I'm not sure. That's supposed to be alternator. It doesn't have an alternator? Am I missing that? Oh, it's attached to the same switch. I see what happens. So they're not separate in this aircraft, right? Oh, well, there it is. Interesting. Oh, well, that would be the alternator, wouldn't it? Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. They're linked. Anyway, sorry. I'm getting all kinds of screwed up here. There's our beacon light and nav lights. That should be taxi. Where's my avionics switch? That should have been there. Anyway, there's our avionics switch. I like the way that came on. That looks nice and clean. Really good job there. And let's see here. So first thing that we're going to want to do is get our mixture up. Let's do that. Boop. Let's make sure our fuel is set to both. And we can cycle to the individual tanks if we want. That's nice. Rudder control is good to go. Let's check that parking brake. Cool. Alrighty. And let's make sure we have comm control. We do. Alright. Whole numbers changing. Fractals changing. Swap on the touchscreen works. Excellent. Alright, let's get our transponder turned on over here. Okay, we're doing 1200. We got VFR. We're good to go there. Let's go ahead and set that to on here. We're not going to worry about ATC today. But we do need to set our barometric pressure. Let's see what it is. I'm just going to Google it. I'll pull that up out of your way. KTUS METAR. Let's see where we're at today. Where's Tucson at today? What the hell? Why is it making me authenticate? That was weird. Oh, wow. This is interesting. You guys ever seen this? Check this out. Look at this. This is meter-taft.com. Well, that's kind of slick. 6 knots, visibility, 10 miles, ceiling none. Even gives you the active runway. How about that? 1, 2, and 3, 0. That's kind of neat because we still have the perpendicular. Perpendicular's right in front of our window, actually. And there's our meter. 2985. This is really cool. I've never seen this site before. Have you guys seen this site before? 30 is the active. Look at that. It tells you right there. 4 knot crosswind. Huh. I'll be damned. I have never seen this before. And look at that. It's got an HTML code. Do you want a widget with the current aviation weather? Wow. That'd be kind of cool. This is neat. Huh. I'm going to have to remember this one. I just happened to Google it. I've never been here before. Neat. VFR, no warnings. Cool shit. Anyway, 2985. So let's set our altimeter. I don't think that I have it programmed in anywhere. Oh, yes, I do. It is on. There goes that one. 29er, and I'm watching it right here. You guys can't see that, but I've got it displayed right here. 29er85. And then if I push that button, by the way, it'll reset my altimeter. So it's kind of fun for standard. Okay, so that's where we're at for the moment. I'm going to there we go. It's because I moved the mouse around so much. There we go. All right, eye trackers or head trackers working. It's Be My Tracker. And now let's bring that prop in. Let's prime it a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think is what I read. There we go. Let's open the window until we're ready for takeoff. Get some air in here. The sound is great. I feel like that sounds different than our previous one. Huh. Anyway. Okay, so let's taxi up a little bit. Actually, I guess we can do our run up here, honestly. Let's do the run up. Okay, so speaking of which, we are, well, that's run up page 2. I hate that stupid title bar. Run up. Parking brake set. Seats upright. Press seat. Let's check. Doors closed. Flight controls free and correct. Ugh. Although I don't see my rudder. Well, I hope that works. Shouldn't because I have the parking brake on. I think that's just the graphics not showing us what we want to see. I'm sure they're working fine, guys. Reset that parking brake. Okay. And altimeter is set to the barrel. Fuel quantity check. Oh, we are actually a little low on fuel. We should probably add some gas to this thing, to be honest with you. Tab should bring it up, right? Yep. So let's go to aircraft. What is it? Flight performance? Yep, weights and balance. Fuel? Oh, 14%? Yeah, let's do more than that. Let's give us at least 40%. We're not going to go far, but, I mean, come on now. And you guys didn't see that. We had it fueled the entire time. Like, you guys saw that. That's how it was the entire time. Okay, so mixture set to rich. Fuel selector is set to both. Check. Next. Elevator trim set for takeoff. Okay, right on the takeoff, top of the takeoff line. Throttle set to 1800 RPMs. Okay, we're going to get rid of that because I'm going to be able to see this for a minute. Carburetor heat on, off. Vacuum gauge. Where's my vacuum gauge? Where's my vacuum gauge? Fuel, oil temp, oil pressure, amps, exhaust temperature, clock, suction, right there. Okay. 4.5 to 5.4. We're right at 4.5. Engine indicators. Oil pressure good. Oil temperature good. Amp meters in the green. Can't really tell. I think it's in the green. That doesn't really have much of a green there. So we're going to hope and hope we don't lose electrical power. Oil pressure, we did check. Oil pressure and temp is in the green. Annunciators, none. Although we don't really have much of an annunciator panel. Engine idle 650 to 600 to 650 RPMs. About 610-ish, right? Okay. Throttle to 1,000 RPMs. Close enough. Wing flaps set for takeoff 0 to 10. We don't need wing flaps. Pitot heat as required. Heading indicator. Adjust to compass. 36. 36. Okay. And transponder set to alt reporting. No magneto check? Oh, there it is. Let's go back to 1800. I walked right past it. There we go. I was like, no magnetos? Alright, so on the magnetos, about 100 fall off. Almost 120 fall off there. Okay, they check out. Comm frequencies, we're not going to worry about that. Transponder is set. CDI soft key. Select the nav source. We're good there. Cabin power 12 volts off. Flaps. Cabin windows. Oh, that's before takeoff. All right, let's go. Brake check. Brakes work. You know what? We'll use 4. Look at that. That's going to be like almost a perfect headwind there. Because you can't always trust live weather, right? We'll take off from the perpendicular today. Which will be a nice treat. Never get to. Been looking for a really nice Cessna for a long time. I love that this thing exists, because so far there's just the overall feel of it, the performance of it, the way it's starting, the engine power requirements, so far feels much more realistic. The ground handling is significantly better in my opinion. Alright, let's get our lights on. Okay. Lights are set. Flaps are retracted. Now they are. Alright. Roll on the throttle. Brakes released. Airspeed alive. Here's 55. Oh, that was nice. That felt good. Whoa. Touchy. Easy. Try to maintain something that looks halfway similar to runway heading. Woo! Feels like it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride here tonight. I'm really liking the power. I'm really liking the feel of the aircraft. Start trimming nose up a bit. It's going to be a bumpy day. This thing feels great. I love the look. I love the texturing. I love the modeling. The performance so far is spectacular. And I am a big proponent of the old steam gauges still. Call me crazy, call me old. But I like the steam gauges. They just feel, I don't know, more like flying, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but it's definitely a big one to me. And don't let that water fool you. If you come to Tucson, Arizona, you are not going to see that. I can tell you that right now. None of that water is there. Most of the green trees you're seeing probably aren't there. Certainly not to this quantity. Thought I flipped a switch I didn't mean to flip. Lean it out quite a bit. I do the old cheat, wait for it to start to choke, and then bring it in at 1/4 of an inch. I know it's cheating. I know. I don't want to hear it. Start trimming that nose down, pulling some power off. This is great. I like the blue panel, I'm not gonna lie. Very 1970s for sure, but I like it. I think it adds a nice piece of contrast to it. Alright, so it handles great, it's fun, it's busy. Like, it's not unrealistic in the aspect that I'm not like having to sit here and just fight the controls constantly, but you know, I'm flying with my fingertips right now. You know, I've just got my fingertips on my flight stick. Nothing crazy. There's Davis Monthan there. And then it's, once you get it trimmed out, it's pretty easy to maintain our altitude. Let's head back over towards DM. Sort of set ourselves up for a bit of approach. That was really close. We're going to do sort of a straight in on this one. Sort of see how she flies. Oh my gosh, look at it in the dark. And I really like... I still love the roof windows. Oops. Start bringing down a little bit. I'm trying to maintain closer to 4,000. For those who don't know, Tucson, Arizona has the largest aircraft storage yard in the world. And it's just off there to the right side of Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. Fun place, even in the sim, to come and fly if you guys have never seen it before. Get an idea of how large it really is. And then you have Pima Air and Space Museum just across the street from the base, essentially, to the southeast. Man, it is bumpy today. Just hold a nice, easy turn here. Start slowly descending, nice and easy. Well, totally blew the idea of a straight-in approach, but we'll make it work. Whoa! Little gust there. Watching their flap indicator, looking for that, or a speed indicator, looking for that flap arc. There we go. Let's start bringing some flaps in. Space shuttle approach. There we go. Mixture back to full rich. We'll save it. Let's see if we can't slip it in a little bit. Hold it. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad for an absolutely terrible, horrible, nothing that anyone would ever want to discuss as a decent approach. But, you know, it was a good landing. This is a fantastic version of the Cessna 172, you guys. I really love this. I think we're going to be flying this a lot. Certainly need to get my experience cleaned up here. As I'm getting ready to go for my license finally. So this is why I've been on the hunt for a really good Cessna 172, is I want something that's going to be fun to practice with. Now the reality is that honestly most of the training aircraft are probably going to be things like the G1000s and whatnot. Let's get some lights off. But really, really nice plane. I'm very impressed with it. Let's go back to on. Whoa. And we're just going to park it over here. And again, a link to this aircraft is down in the description below. So make sure that you guys check it out. It's free. What have you got to lose? You know, it's got all the neat features, bunch of different avionics options, especially for those who like the 750 series. I tend to be a bit more of a simpler kind of guy, but you know, G1000s are definitely the thing of the future. So, you know, at some point I'll have to pay attention to that too. But this is a really nice little plane. I'm very impressed with it. I think he's done a great job with it. And it works great in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 as well. So, I mean, can't really go wrong on that aspect, can we? Alright, let's shut everything down here. Okay, lights are all off. Huh, did I not set one for the off position? I guess not. There we go. Well, now I did. Alright, are we check. Let's get our tie downs going. Tie downs in the chocks. And get our covers in. And we are good to go. Step out of our aircraft here. Alright, folks, and there she is again. Cessna 172. Mike, I didn't close the window. I didn't. Oh, you can do it from the outside. How nice is that? Anyway, Cessna 172, Mike, guys, the Bugaloo, and I definitely recommend you guys check this out. Fun little plane to fly. They did a really good job with it. Adds quite a bit to the Cessna. Even though it's such a simple aircraft, you can still get a lot from it. So as always, folks, stay safe and healthy. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Be sure to check out Hangar Control 2, overkillsimulations.com.